I'm scoring touchdowns at will. He told me, coach, they can't stop me. Preparation got us confident. The ops thinking we cocky. They like it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Coach Cell. We back at it, man. Let's get right to it. Right now we're gonna go over pass defense, right? So first things first, when you always hop into the game, you get into, before you call your play, before you do any of that, you want to click the right analog stick in, right? As you can see on the screen, you see my controller is doing exactly what I'm doing right now. So you can see the toggle going up and down. So right now, it depends on auto flip defense. Again, it just depends on the type of defense you're running, and if your defense, if you got your defensive flip off because you're trying to run a type of different blitz you want to run, and you need your auto flip off or keep your auto flip on. If you running a certain type of defense. So for this video, I'm gonna keep mine on because that's the way I run defense. Because I always want my strong side matching the offensive strong side, right? So that's that, right? So cornerback matchups, you always want to keep balance. The defense motion response, you want to disable that. Especially for me, I play zone, so I always want to take that off. Option read key, put on conservative. Option pitch key, put on aggressive. RPO read key, put on conservative. RPO pass key, put on conservative. Right, and then your flats, curls, and hooks. That depends on you. Depends on your defense. Normally, I'll come out, put my flats on 5 for the beginning of the game. Like I said, I want to get much as inventory as possible on my opponent. You want to collect that data, right? So, but for this purpose, I'm gonna keep off my zone drops and stuff right now because the way I run my defense, right? So, and like I said, you always, find something that you comfortable with, right? Find something that's gonna work for you, right? So let's get right into it. We don't want them to know what we in, right? So I'm always gonna go a cover 4 shot, cover 2 shot, depending on the down and distance, to prevent the player throwing certain type of routes, right? So cover 3 is designed to take away the middle of the field and also defend medium routes, right? So that's how we do it. So first thing first, right, when we come out, right, now you could tell, all right, you don't know we in the cover 3 or not, right? So first things first, you always, in cover 3, you just gotta know the weaknesses of your defense, right? So for the cover 3, it's always the seams, right? It's always gonna be the seams for cover 3. So with that being said, you as a defender, you gotta know how to take it away, right? So a couple things we could do, right? They're in bunch, right? Pistol bunch. So a couple things we could do. We could take away the point man, and bunch is either gonna be the point man or it's always gonna be the tight end, right? But they ain't tight end bunch right now, so it's gonna be right here. It's gonna be number 13. Number 13 is gonna be essentially technically the tight end on that side, right? But of course they got a tight end attached, so that's the tight end. But you can man up him because he could kill you in the seams, and then you watch, right? And then you also watch. Now that we man down, now we just gotta watch the middle of the field and let our other zones play their zone, right? So that being said, right, now that we manned that up, right, so now we need to replace that hook zone that we manned up, right? So you see my DN is in a vert hook now, right? So you always, this is how you do it, right? You always want to put your 2 fastest DNs or linebackers at the DN spots, so you always could put them in pass coverage, because this game you need everybody count in this game, man. So you need your D line, put them in coverage. Sometimes you need them a quarterback spy, whatever. So you need everybody. You need all 11 men on the field, right? So we replaced that hook zone with a vert hook because we manned them up. So anytime you make an adjustment, you have to replace that zone or the man. You have to replace that, right? So that's the adjustment that we did, right? So now let's see how we cover this, right? And simple adjustments, right? So let's see how we cover this. Focus, boom, you right there. Your job is to take away the middle of the field. So boom, again, it came out in the same thing. So let's go with the, so now, right? So we in cover 3, right? So we stay in the cover 3, but now we ran cover 3 now. So now let's mix it up, right? So here we go. This a part of adjustment, simple adjustments, right? So now we're gonna hit double Y. I'm gonna hit LB. Then I'm gonna put my safety. So you can put your safety in the deep half, right? Or you could put them in outside third, right? So the outside third will play a little bit better if you too far away. See, a little bit better, right? But even a deep half, it expose you to the middle of the field. But you want to take away the read, because if they see you in cover 2, then they're gonna take it away, right? So this how I would do it, right? So now we're in the cover 2. All right, so now we're in cover 2. Now again, you got the middle of the field. All right, you got all of this, right? You got all of this. Or we can put the vert hook. I'd rather put the vert hook on this side, and then we could play like this. So now we got this middle to this side, because the vert hook gonna play anything that go into that zone, right? So let's see how this play out. But mind you, I got the middle of the field, and we good. Again, we good. That vert hook, because we in the same play and we don't make no adjustments. So now the offensive player is collecting data on what we trying to do, right? So that's the thing. You gotta collect as much data, and then you gotta know how to adjust to that, right? So now he under center, right? And I just played the game. Listen, I just played the game when he literally was passing under center, right? Play action, pass under center, roll out, and just throw it up. A comeback route, right? And again, you just gotta know how to adjust. So what I was doing was, right, he just like this, roll out everything, and just do it just like that. Anything underneath, what you want to do is, if you know they passing for sure, spread the D line. You want to QB contain, and then you just want to play base coverage, or depending on what he hit you with. So he was hitting me with comeback routes, right? So I did adjustment like this, because he kept hitting me with the comeback route. So now that curl flat is gonna play a comeback route, right? So that was my adjustments against my opponent, because I knew he kept doing it. He kept doing it the whole game. So that's how I adjust, right? So let's see about these adjustments. Boom, I'm staying in the middle of the field. Boom. That was me. So now watch this. This is what we'll do. We'll shade down, right? But then now we gonna rezone. We're gonna rezone our players, right? So now the hook zone gonna play a little bit better, right? And then now we can see how this rolls. So now right here, like I said, we is vulnerable in the seams, right? So we're gonna man up. Look, we're gonna hit double Y, hit A. We're gonna man up A. We're gonna put a flat route on that side, a flat zone on that side, and then we're gonna deep half our corner so he can play the inside, right? And then we're gonna shade. We'll shade outside, because this particular formation is known for corner routes, right? And again, our user got the middle of the field. Like, you are the most dangerous person on the field. Stay. Boom. All right. And I'm gonna tell you what happened right there, right? So if they was to run that play again, this is what we'd do, right? So instead of having that adjustment, right? So now we'll do outside third. We'll cloud flat that, and then we'll do something like this. We're gonna do this for now. That's a little bit too advanced, but we're gonna stick with these adjustments right now. So now, if they try to run that same play, which I think they did, boom, 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 and then we good. We make a tackle right there. I know that's gonna keep happening, right? Say that just keep happening, right? Then this where the five hook zones coming, 5 yard hook zones coming in, right? So now we gonna put our hook zones on 5, right? Go back to our same play. We come out of it, right? And then we go here, right? So now our hook zone's gonna play a little better, right? So now again, now watch this. So now the tendencies, right? So now let's just say now I know what my opponent wants to do. So on my safety, I hit Y, hit A, and then outside third, my safety, and then I'm putting my cornerback in the cloud flat. So double Y, B, and then we gonna hit down on the left D-pad, left analog, right? And then we're gonna play that, right? So here we go, and then we're gonna go here. There's good adjustments, right? So now we good. But if we want to take immediate, I'll put the flat route right there to take the immediate flat away. And then boom, I stay, boom. That's how we play defense. It's real simple, y'all. All right. So now, again, they in bunch strong, right? So again, here we go. This will be my adjustments, right, for bunch, right? So I'm gonna go hard flat. So double Y. We're gonna go D-pad on the we're gonna go left on the D-pad, right? We're going left on the D-pad, do 2 times, and then we're gonna hit the icon that we want, which is B, and I'll put them on a hard flat with the left analog, right? And then, like I said, we know the seams is the weak part of the defense. So you could do 2 things. You can use it as seams yourself, right? Or you can put a deep half on that side and deep half on that side, because now so we got 2 deep halves on the side because we don't want them to bomb us, right? And bunch, they got cover 3 bombs for days and bunch, so you want to protect yourself from any bombs. That's why we double deep half our safeties, corners. Boom, stay, and boom, right there we was good, right? So then 2x2, this is what I would do against a 2x2 set, right? So I always flat the running back side, and now we could do a couple things here, right? So let's just go outside third, so double YA, left on the right analog, double Y B, put them in the cloud flat. So now we're playing a cover 3 disguise, right? Cover 3, cover 2 look, right? So here we go. This how I would defend it. My user has here and again here, right? Immediately take that away and then try to get back to the middle of the field. All right, I'm looking at the other routes. And anything coming across, boom, you just stay right there, boom, we good. 5 yard hook, boom. Take that away immediately. That's what it is, bro. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Scoring touchdowns at will, he told me, coach, they can't stop me. Preparation got us confident, the ops thinking we cocky. They like in the